So there are different types of bankruptcies, and it really truly depends on your situation personally and specifically. So what I do with every single person that calls my office for advice or that has a question is I invite them in person to meet with me and to sit down and go over and analyze their circumstances. Once I've done that, then I can tell them what they need to do, how much it costs, how the process works, and what all the procedures are. If they can't come to my office for some reason, and we do have satellite offices around the state, but for whatever reason, if you're disabled or you can't get to my office for whatever reason, we can do it through Skype. We can do it over the phone. So we have alternate methods of meeting with each other. But the reason why I stress the in-person consultation so much is because I've been through this process and I know that you have to be comfortable with the person that you are telling your most deepest secrets to about your finances. It's like going to see a therapist and telling them about, your family history or your family dramas. And when you come to meet with me, it's my opportunity to analyze your circumstances and interview you, but it's also, and probably more importantly, your opportunity to come and see me and interview me to make sure that I'm the right fit for you. Especially in a divorce situation, that is in the top three most incredibly, tragic and traumatic things that you can go through, next to the death of a spouse or the death of a child. So, you really have to be comfortable with the person that's sitting across the table from you that is going to, eventually represent you in court in front of a judge and opposing counsel and your soon-to-be ex-spouse. So it's very, very important that people come and they meet with me and they get to know me. And a big way of them getting to know me are, these interviews, my speaking engagements, my newsletters. Hopefully Scott will send me copies of the interview or the audio, and I can send it out through my newsletter so more people can get to know me. And I think that's very important.
So if someone were to come to you right now and say, I'm considering bankruptcy or I'm having financial difficulties, what would be the first thing you would discuss with them?
I would ask them to come in and see me, not bring any paperwork, not bring any information, just come in and talk. Literally just have a conversation with me for about 15 minutes, tell me what they're going through, what their biggest hurdles are right now. And then I do go through a 5-page intake with them. I've done it so many times in my career in the past, 10 years that I could probably ask you all the questions right now and I don't even have them in front of me. But I would go through those questions because those are the exact specific questions that a bankruptcy trustee asks you. So they need to know very specific information. And from those questions and that information, I can analyze the circumstances to tell the clients if, one, they qualify for bankruptcy, and two, if it's in their best interest. If either one of those things don't happen, they don't qualify, or it's not in their best interest, even if they do qualify, then we move on and we start discussing bankruptcy alternatives. And not everybody comes to me for bankruptcy. A lot of people come to me just for the alternatives, or they come to me because they have one single debt that they don't know what to do with or that they're being sued from. And then we talk about that. Or in the alternative, they come to see me because they're being foreclosed on and they have no other debt. That's just their one main issue. A lot of times people will have a medical issue or lose a spouse or have to take care of an elderly sick parent and can't work and they can't pay their mortgage. So then they get into a foreclosure situation because they can't catch up, and then they end up in my office with that one limited circumstance. So it really depends on the issue that the people are presenting to me, but always 100% of the time they're going to come in and talk to me and we're going to analyze all of their circumstances, and then I'm going to give them some advice and some options.
Yeah.
So no matter the circumstance, you always give them the best alternative for them. So it's not, at the end of the day, it's not about not everybody's going to be filing for bankruptcy. You're going to offer the best alternative available to that person for their
Yes,
circumstance.
absolutely.